Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Naomi was chosen by the gods themselves, that Naomi is living her destiny. Everything that is happening to Naomi right now is destiny. That, people should stop fighting Olori Naomi. And unfortunately, do you know where this is coming from? It's coming from Ebony's family to Ebony. They said Ebony was so devastated hearing that this truth was actually coming from her own family after they made their own findings. I love Africa. My people say a tree with a sacred root cannot be uprooted by common hands, okay? A tree with a sacred root cannot be uprooted by common hands, okay? Yes, so that is what this situation is. You see, I keep saying this. The noise in the palace, the jealousy, the division is all rooted in one thing. The inability to understand that Queen Naomi was not chosen by man. She was chosen by the ancestors, the gods, the spirit realm. Long before Ooni of Ife ever set eyes on her, she had already been crowned. Her seed, her calling, her position, it was never man-made. And when something is spiritually ordained, you can't fight with it. Human jealousy, no matter what happens, you end up hurting yourself because you can never fight destiny. They said the worst of it all has happened. Something that came from no other person but a very senior uncle of Ebony. You have been hearing about this man who talks about Ebony a lot. They said he's a father to Ebony. Right now, after Ebony's father passed on, Ebony's father was a spiritualist. He was very strong and all of that. They come from a royal family as well and all of that. This man has always been on the side of Ebony. But right now, you know that if you have an uncle or an aunt that really loves you, no matter what they are gaining from you, no matter what happens, they want you to stay alive first before anything. And the man has come out now to stop Ebony, like hush her. You need to stop fighting Olori Naomi because you will never ever win. Naomi was chosen by the gods, but and not by the hands of man. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dela Rama. I bring you fresh and spicy J's from the source. It's still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you so much. I love you. I share what do my people. If you're yet to subscribe, what the hell are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Should I say happy new week or happy midweek? However, by my Dela rights, you're right here in my heart. We got a report, that Ebony, has just been hit by what I want to describe as a spiritual bombshell. Devastated doesn't even begin to describe her reaction. Her own family, after seeking spiritual guidance over the unrest surrounding her marriage to the Ooni of Ife, was told something that shook them to their core. A respected oracle, yes, not just any babalawo, but one with deep ancestral root, told them that Queen Naomi is untouchable, that she's not just a former wife or the wife to the Ooni of Ife or the Olori of Ile, what do you call the leader of the women, Ooni of Ife's wife. No. They say she is a divine connection to the throne, a woman chosen not by man but by the gods themselves. And you know that we've heard this over and over again, time and time again. But let me tell you something. Right now, in the palace, Iyanifa is one woman that is so respected by the Yoruba, royal families, not just in Nigeria, in Ghana, everywhere in the world, because she is one person who has stayed very, very pure the entire time. You cannot manipulate her. There's nothing. She's not reachable, okay? And she's somebody who is working directly for the gods. She does not believe in, trying to please man and displeasing God, the gods, okay? And so this woman has said it time and time again that, see, Naomi was chosen, or Naomi is a woman that has been chosen by the gods, that this is her destiny. She is living her destiny right about now, but right now, because They all know that Yennefer likes Olori Naomi, whatever she says, while others respect, believe, and everything. Those who are anti-Naomi are really against her. They don't believe anything, and apparently that happens to be the reason why Ebony did not believe anything that Yennefer was saying. Can you imagine how you will feel as a person that, you enter the palace, okay, thinking you are marrying a king, only to find out that another woman, one who has left, mind you, still reigns in the spirit, that she still controls the atmosphere, that everything you are trying to build is blocked spiritually because there's already a queen in place. A queen not removed by spirit, even if she walked away physically. A lot of people leverage on the fact that, or maybe, will I say, took advantage of the fact that Queen Naomi walked out of that palace on her own. Okay, that was why they were so happy. They celebrated, thinking that that was the end of Queen Naomi's relationship with the Ooni of Ife. After all, she walked out of the palace and by herself on her own. We can come, we can take her place and all of that. They didn't know that it's going to be a fight that they would never ever win, because they are never going to win this battle. Never, never. We heard that Ebony became very devastated, that the oracle told her family in clear terms, your daughter is fighting a spiritual covenant she cannot break. And they warned her, stop fighting Naomi, stop dragging her name, stop trying to compete, because the more you fight her, the more you block your own path. And the family, they were so devastated. Some of them even started apologizing, spiritually making amends, trying to undo all the backbiting and envy that had gone on for months, because now they know Queen Naomi's position, is not accidental, okay? Now, Della writes, it's important for everyone to understand that Naomi didn't beg for the crown. She didn't chase the throne. She didn't manipulate her way in. When the Ooni met her, he saw a woman who had already been prepared for the palace spiritually, covered by divine grace, and that kind of favor can never be bought. It can never be faked, okay? It can never be replaced. And that is what everybody needs to know about Olori Naomi before you wage a war against, a moving house, a moving train, because waging a war against Olori Naomi is like waging a war against a moving train. Who are you? It will crush you, which is what has been happening. When things happen, people will talk, social media will go, buzz and everything. In December, I kept saying this, that this victory is a very small victory at the end of the day, because they thought that was the end of Queen Naomi. They didn't know that. It was almost as if Queen Naomi was practicing for something very big. Right now, look at the confusion, look at the disappointment and all of that. And you love yourself. Why would you want to put yourself through this? Ebony is now feeling the weight of spiritual reality. Her marriage is shaky, her peace is gone, and her family is now in fear. Because when the spirit realm speaks, you listen. They are now advising her to focus on peace, to stop trying to outshine Naomi, and to understand her own path. They are realizing that their daughter entered a battle that is not hers to fight, and she's losing because she was never meant to sit on that throne in the first place. They have told her this over and over again, okay? They say when this information got back to her, it was so devastating because it was coming from her own family. She would never expected that, something like that would come from her own family. And you do know that the man who went to inquire is also a spiritualist and went to one of the best places to inquire. And knowing that it's coming from her own family, her own inner cycle, people who will not deceive her, people who will not, try to manipulate things to favor them. These are people that she takes care of, people who she's giving a lot of money and all of that. And in all honesty, these are people who want the best for her. I think the uncle has gotten to a breaking point where he feels like, instead of me to continue to allow my niece to go this route, get to be destroyed at some point. It's better for us to, humble ourselves and, let her face reality and understand how important Olori Naomi is to the throne, that no matter how much we fight, we may or we will never defeat Olori Naomi. And that was why he came to, disclose this to Ebony, and they say Ebony had the biggest disappointment of a lifetime. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.